familiar sight for most of us, wrapping and printing presents during the holidays. The difference here is that these presents are being prepared to give to men and women who do not have a home to spend Christmas in. Every year, Mental Health Estrie holds its campaign, HUGS for the Homeless. HUGS stands for hats, underwear, gloves, and socks, or scarves.
I'm not sure which witty individual came up with that awesome name, HUGS for the Homeless. But the history of the HUGS campaign actually is that the board of directors, instead of wanting to do a gift exchange amongst themselves, they said, why don't we just all make a donation of socks to a local homeless shelter? The community just kind of hopped on board.
Tanya Gibson, Executive Director at Mental Health Estrie, credits the community for their drive and their commitment to this campaign. Individuals start bringing donations in as early as September, and certain groups collect all year round.
We have a lot of social clubs, church groups, businesses, and individuals who donate to the HUGS campaign. Certainly some of those social clubs, they know every year, oh, it's about that time, HUGS is coming up, and they get themselves organized, and I mean, they warm my heart, you know, they really go above and beyond. They reach out to all their members and remind them.
One of those groups is the Eastern Township's Vintage Automobile Club.
My name is Eliane Roy-Touchet.
I'm Mark Richard.
I think it's our third year this year that we've asked members to bring stuff for HUGS campaign.
We try and do as much as we can. We've helped out with different local organizations, and those donations come directly from our members and people who partake in our activities. This year we decided, we called all of our members, we had a short get-together at a very safe distance, and made sure that we were able to collect some funds to save as well of our members from going out and purchasing the items and putting them at risk. We talked to the HUGS organization, and they accepted a monetary donation to be able to go and get exactly what they needed this year, you know, for their program.
I would say this year we received more monetary donations than actual items than compared to previous years. But that wasn't a problem at all, because once we had our tally and knew, you know, what we were missing, we were easily able to supplement. We also purchased quite a number of long johns and jogging pants. That's important for the shelter because they want to make sure they have something dry that people can change into once they get back home.
The reason it's important for the shelter to have something dry that their clients can change into at the end of the day is because the shelter is only open in the evening. This means that clients have to spend their day outdoors. Isabelle Graveson is a member of the team at the Partage Saint-François in the Accueil Poirier.
So during the evenings, so we open the shelter at 5. We provide some food, a shower, and a bed for people who need it. And we've been pretty full since the beginning of the winter. So that's what we do. With the donations we receive from the HUGS campaign, we usually last for the whole year. Just before we had the donation from Mental Health Estrie, we had like 4 or 5 pair of socks, but they go through a lot of pair of socks, and especially at this time of the year, they usually wear 3 or 4 pair of socks.
3 pairs of socks and whatever else they need to keep warm while they wait for the shelter to open up again. But even then, nothing is guaranteed, and the options are more limited than ever.
People who get to spend the day outside, it's much, much harder now. They really struggle they can't find a place to use the bathrooms, they can't find a place to just warm up for a few minutes. So it's been harder on them. Some people still get to spend the night outside, or sometimes we're just full. We have a limited amount of beds available, which is why the help, all the clothes is really, really appreciated for them.
We can't argue with the level of generosity people have demonstrated.
We've shown up with bins. People were so generous. I thought people were going to buy 1 bag of socks. No, people were bringing a whole bag of socks and mittens and scarves. Like they did the whole HUGS thing.
But is it enough? We've all had a difficult year. We all need support.
2020 is a tough year, yeah. I would say we've seen at least a doubling in terms of the number of people reaching out to us. Over the years, we've been working really hard on increasing our profile to make sure that people know we're there. So we're very thankful that they're reaching out to us.
And maybe that's exactly what we need. Just to know that we're not alone.
Sometimes just a little word or just a eye contact or just a little hi or a little coffee, warm coffee you give to someone can make such a big difference in someone's day. It can be the brightest thing in their day. And for you, it was just, say hi to someone and not ignore them when you see them. That means a lot for people who are isolated. It definitely does, yeah.
Just because of COVID and just because of this sanitary situation, there's people in need, and that's the most important part, is to give back. And it feels really good to give back and help people out, especially in a time of need.
The sum of all my fears, just like a battering ram, made a charge, but luckily I am bigger than I think I am. Safe harbor, you can paddle for it, you can't promise, but you can pray. And some waves lead, some pull from it, there's a lot to